Hello, I am back with Chapter 9, page 111. Boxer refused to take even a day off work and made it a point of honor not to let it be seen that he was in pain. So Boxer worked very hard and now he is in pain. He is very sick, but he believes that if he works harder, the animalism will come true. But actually, the pigs took away all of the liberty and they changed the law. They changed the 7 commandments. So I think the animalism is not going to be here again. But he believes it, so I feel very sorry for him. Page 112. The winter was as cold as the last one had been, and food was even shorter. So the animals are getting hungry and cold again, just like the past, like the time when Mr. Jones was here. But they don't believe it, they don't know it, because they're not intelligent as the pigs or the dogs. So Squealer is saying this, page 112. In any case, he had no difficulty in proving to the other animals that they were not in reality short of food, whatever the appearance might be. For the time being, certainly it had been found necessary to make a readjustment of rations, but in comparison with the days of Jones, the improvement was enormous. So he is saying that even though it's hard now, it was worse when Mr. Jones was here. But the animals believe this because they don't have any memories, they don't have any documents that tell them that this isn't true. So they just believe it, they just keep working just like slaves. Page 113. So it was announced that later, when bricks and timber had been purchased, a schoolroom would be built in the farmhouse garden. Napoleon had babies, and he is trying to make his baby become educated, and he is making this school for only their babies. He is thinking that the pigs and the other animals are very different. The pigs are in a high position, and he thinks the same as for his families too. He only cares about himself and his families and his animals. 114. They took their exercise in the garden and were discouraged from playing with the other young animals. Napoleon doesn't even let the pigs, his babies, play with the other animals, which I thought was really unfair. If the young pigs stayed with the other animals, I think they would have been able to learn that his father is doing the wrong thing because they are very clever. Napoleon is really think that they are distinct. They only the pigs get special bonuses and privileges, and they are not even having a chance to interact with other, which I thought was really poor for the pigs, because they would become violent like their fathers when they grow up. Page 115. Napoleon had commanded that once a week there should be held something called a spontaneous demonstration, the object of which was to celebrate the struggles and triumphs of Animal Farm. So Napoleon is having like this festival or something to make the animals forget about the pain they have, to make them work harder, to make them not hate the pigs. So this is from the lit charts. It says that it is designed by the pigs to manipulate the animals' feelings, which I agree. After the ceremony, the pigs would forget hunger and hate the work. So yeah. In April, Animal Farm was proclaimed a public, and it became necessary to elect a president. There was only one candidate, Napoleon, who was elected unanimously. Well, when I was reading the sentence, I felt like there won't be a good world unless Napoleon disappears. Now, it's not even Animal Farm, but it's a republic. Now I feel like they're just people like Stalin or Hitler that killed a lot of people who took all the power for themselves. Maybe it's hard to change from now on. 117, mosses appear again. You know, the character who was like, there is a sugar candy mountain in the sky. Well, the animals actually didn't believe a lot about moss, but 117, up there, comrades, he would say solemnly, pointing up to the sky with his large beak. Up there, just on the other side of that dark cloud that you can see, there lies Sugar Candy Mountain, that happy country where we poor animals shall rest forever from our labors. Well, the animals actually didn't believe it in the past, but now they're believing it because it's too harsh to live. They are having a really hard time living, so they just naturally believe it. And from the lit charts, I found it again. Mosses represents religions, and Jones religions, which pigs use so that the animals can continue their work. The animals are really believing mosses, and they hope to rest in the candy sugar mountain when they die. I think they're really poor. I mean, they were suffering from hunger and cold when Mr. Jones was here, and nothing really changed. The situation is getting even worse, I think, because of Napoleon's selfish heart. 118. Dale declared contemptuously that his stories about Sugar Candy Mountain were lies, and yet they allowed him to remain on the farm not working, with an allowance of a grill of beer a day. So it's really strange. The pigs are saying to the animals, don't believe the Candy Sugar Mountain about what Moss is saying, but they are actually giving beer and they are making mosses to stay. So I guess that the pigs are actually thinking of this. They want Moss to stay and help them control the animals, which I think is a really scary way. 119. Boxer is really sick now. It is my lung, said Boxer in a weak voice. It does not matter. I think you will be able to finish the windmill without me. So Boxer is really sick. He is bleeding, he has fallen, and he knows that he's not healthy anymore. I think he knows that he won't be able to live much longer, but he is still worrying about the windmill. I think if I were Boxer's friend like Clover, I would have really been sad, and I would have realized that something in the farm was going wrong, but not animals except Benjamin, I think, doesn't know it, which I felt really bad. 121. It was the first time that they had ever seen Benjamin excited. Indeed, it was the first time that anyone had ever seen him gallop. They're taking Boxer away. So what happened before is that Boxer was sick. So the other animals told Napoleon and Squealer, so they made him rest, and they are saying that they will take Boxer to the hospital outside the farm. And the animals are kind of afraid, but they just believe Napoleon. And for a few days, Boxer stays in the farm. He says that he is expecting the retirement and that he will spend his life learning the alphabets. But, Benjamin, who was really quiet and didn't say anything, is suddenly galloping, and he is screaming that they are taking Boxer away. The animals think that they are taking to the hospital, but actually it's not the situation. 122. Fools! Fools! Shouted Benjamin, prancing around them and stamping the earth with his small hoofs. Benjamin is saying the truth now. Boxer was deceived. Boxer doesn't know that he is deceived until now. They are attacking to the knacker, it says on the truck. So the animals are really scared, surprised. So they try to stop the truck, but they fail to. And it's on page 122, 123. They are taking Boxer to the knackers. The animals are like, they stop, they don't believe it, and suddenly they feel something is wrong, so they are saying from 123, Boxer, get out quickly. They are taking you to your death. So Boxer tries to get out, but he's too weak, and he fails, and he is gone forever. The animals are really afraid. They don't know what to do. Benjamin becomes more quiet after Boxer's death. But the really mean thing is that from page 124, Squealer is lying to the animals. But the animals actually believe him. He is saying that he has seen Boxer die. It was really sad. He cried even. He is saying that when Boxer died, he said, "Long live Comrade Napoleon." Napoleon is always right. But I think that Boxer would have died really quietly, screaming, because he didn't die in the hospital. The pigs are lying to the animals. The animals are believing now. So, Squealer is saying to the animals that Napoleon helped Boxer to die in peace in a really good hospital with good medicine, and the foolish animals are believing this, and we can see this from page 125. The animals were enormously relieved to hear this. I felt really bad for the animals and Boxer, because if the animals get sick, I thought that they would die in their own way without knowing the truth. So Boxer gave up his freedom because he trusted the pigs too much, and he knew that he was betrayed later, but he didn't have power. I feel really, I was so sad when I read this part. I almost actually cried. I don't see any difference from Napoleon and the human. I was thinking maybe if Snowball didn't disappear, if the situation would have been different. I was really wondering what would have been different if Snowball was here. Maybe he wasn't mean as Napoleon. 126, the last sentence. That night was the sound of uproaring singing, which was followed by what sounded like a violent quarrel and ended about 11 o'clock with a tremendous crash of glass. I know what this is. The pigs are drinking again. It was mentioned that the animals were starving to death and the pigs are drinking. I thought that the pigs just think the animals as their prophets, just as Mr. Jones did. The pigs are turning into humans right now. The chapter 9 was the saddest part. I hope that there might be a change in the last chapter, hopefully. Thank you.